A fisherman named Syracuse is running his nets through the water, when suddenly he pulls his net up and realizes that he has caught a woman's body. Upon closer inspection, it is revealed that the woman is alive. He takes the woman out of the net and gives her mouth-to-mouth to help her regain consciousness, and then helps her regurgitate all the water in her lungs. He tells the woman that she is alive, but she cannot believe it. She says that she thought for sure she was dead. He gives her a blanket to warm her up and says that he is going to take her to a hospital. She does not like the idea. She says that she is fine. He insists that after an incident like that, she needs to see a professional, but she is insistent that she cannot see anyone. As a boat passes by, she ducks to make sure that the people in it don't spot her. Syracuse asks her what her name is, but she replies that she doesn't know. He assumes that she must have hit her head and lost her memory. He tells her that his name is Syracuse, but people call him Circus to imply that he's a clown. He understands that she does not want to be seen and brings her to his late mother's abandoned house in an isolated area. He gives her his lunch and asks if she'll be all right by herself, because he has somewhere to be. She says she will be fine, which surprises him, but he leaves all the same. Next, Syracuse arrives at his ex-wife's house to pick up his daughter, Annie, for her dialysis appointment. She is disabled and he carries her around. He asks her if something strange or wonderful happened to her lately, and she inquires why he always asks that. He says that's what he hopes for all the time, for something strange or wonderful to happen. During the dialysis, Annie asks Syracuse to tell her a story, and he tells her the story of a fisherman who caught a woman in his net. She asks him what creature the woman was, and he doesn't understand what she means. She asks if the woman was a mermaid or a selkie, and he replies that he can't say for sure. Next, Syracuse gets Annie an automatic wheelchair so she can get around. He brings Annie home, and his wife tells him that Annie needs a kidney transplant, but the doctor says that he still hasn't found a match yet. Syracuse returns to the mystery woman and is surprised that she is still there. She asks him why he is surprised, and he replies that he was half sure that he dreamt the whole thing. He pulls his boat in to go fishing, and the woman asks if she can come with him. He says that it is bad luck to have a woman on a fishing boat, but then he changes his mind and takes her along. Syracuse is struggling to catch anything at all, as usual. He asks the woman if she remembers her name now, and she says that he can call her Ondine. He asks her what that means, and she says that it is the name of a woman who came from the sea. She starts singing a beautiful song in an unknown language, and as she does, Syracuse pulls up his cage and sees that he's caught a few lobsters. He finds this odd. He throws in another cage and pulls it up empty. Then he asks Ondine to sing. As she sings, he throws in the cage and pulls it up to find that he has caught several lobsters. He realizes that she brings him good luck. He teaches her to tie the lobster's claws. She asks if he usually catches this many, and he says that this almost never happens. Afterwards, Syracuse says that they are going to go and sell these in the town, and Ondine will get her share for her singing. She says that she won't go with him because she does not want people to see her. He points out that he's seen her, but she replies that he is the only one who gets to. Syracuse sells the lobsters and uses the money to buy a dress for Ondine. He also steals some women's underwear. He comes to see Annie at school and continues the story that he was telling her during the dialysis. He tells her that the mystery woman from the sea sings in an unknown language and brings all the lobsters nearby, allowing the fishermen to catch them. Annie says that she is definitely a selkie then. They are mythical creatures that are half women, half seal, and shed their seal coats when they come on land. The song she sings is actually a form of communication that she uses to talk to all the other sea creatures. She asks him who the fisherman in the story is, and Syracuse tells her that it is him. He made this story up for her. She doesn't seem to believe him and follows him as he drives away. Syracuse arrives at his mother's home and finds Ondine trying on her old shoes. She doesn't seem to know how to tie the laces, which he finds curious. He gives her the dress he bought, and she kisses him to show her gratitude. He asks her how long she'll be staying, and she says that it depends on him. He replies that if it depends on him, she can stay forever. Meanwhile, Annie secretly observes the whole situation. She decides to read up on selkies to figure out what is going on. Syracuse arrives at a church to confess. He tells the father that he is an alcoholic who has been sober for over 2 years now, But his wife still drinks, and he would like to get his daughter out of her possession.